I hope everyone must have finished the follow-up work given in the previous class. Now let's have a revision and let's start our today's class. Okay. In the previous session, we saw that Kailash Satyarthi, winner of Nobel Peace Prize in 2014, addresses the gathering to represent the cry of innocence and face of invisibility. He also quotes from the Holy Quran, "Kill not your children because of poverty," and Jesus said, "Let the children come to me, do not hinder them, for the kingdom of God belongs to them." He shared his experiences and challenges of fear and intolerance among the people. He also says that every child is free to be a child, to eat, to sleep, to see daylight, to laugh and cry, to play, learn, and go to school. And every child is free to dream. Okay? Now he narrated a story. He said, "You may ask, what can one person do? I would recall a story of my childhood. A heavy fire had broken out in the forest. All the animals were running away, including the lion, the king of the forest. Suddenly, he saw a tiny bird rushing towards the fire. He asked the bird, 'What are you doing?' To the lion's surprise, the bird replied, 'I am going to extinguish the fire.' The lion laughed and said, 'Wow, can you do it, keeping just one drop of water in your beak?' The bird was adamant, and she said, 'I am doing my bit.' Now, friends, we live in an age of rapid globalization. We are connected through high-speed internet. We exchange our goods and services in a single global market. Thousands of flights every day connect us from one corner to another corner of the globe. But there is one serious disconnect, and that is lack of compassion. Here, serious disconnect means the sense of detachment. Detachment is an opposite word of attachment. Let us inculcate and transform this individual's compassion into global compassion. Here, inculcate meaning instilling an idea or a thought or a belief. He said, "Let us globalize compassion." Globalize meaning, let the meaning of a feeling of something spread throughout the world. Mahatma Gandhi said, "If we are to teach real peace in this world, we shall have to begin with the children." We shall have to begin with the children. I humbly add, let us unite the world through the compassion for our children. Then he said, I ask, whose children are they who stitch footballs yet have never played with one? Whose children are they who harvest cocoa yet have never tasted chocolate? Whose children are they who are dying of Ebola? Ebola is a kind of virus that spread across many countries in that period of time. Like how now we have coronavirus, that time it was Ebola virus. Many people died because of that virus. He asked, whose children are they who are kidnapped and held hostage? They are all our children. He said, I remember an 8-year-old girl we rescued from intergenerational forced labor from stone quarries. Intergenerational here meaning affecting several generations. That 8-year-old girl, when she was sitting in my car right after her rescue, she asked me, "Why did you not come earlier?" Her angry question still shakes me and has the power to shake the whole world. Children are questioning our inaction and watching our actions. We need collective actions with a sense of urgency. Every single minute matters, and every single child matters. Every single childhood also matters. Sense of urgency here means a feeling that swift action or immediate action is required. Therefore, I challenge the passivity and pessimism surrounding our children. I challenge this culture of silence and this culture of passivity, this culture of neutrality. We must be bold, we must be ambitious, and we must have the will, we must keep our promises. He asks everyone to be bold, to be ambitious, and to have the willpower and also to keep up our promises. He said, over 50 years ago, on the first day of my school, I met a cobbler boy, my age, sitting outside the gate of my school. I asked my teachers, why is he working outside? Why is he not with us in the school? My teachers had no answer. One day, I gathered the courage to ask the boy's father. He said, sir, I have never thought about it. We are born to work. His answer made me angry. It still makes me angry. As a child, I had a vision for tomorrow, a vision of that cobbler boy sitting with me in my classroom. He said that he had a vision of tomorrow, a vision of that cobbler boy sitting with him in his classroom. Now the tomorrow has become today. I am today and you are today. Today it is time for every child to have a right to life, a right to freedom, right to health, right to education, right to safety, right to dignity, right to equality, and right to peace. Today, beyond the darkness, I see the smiling faces of our children in the blinking stars. Today, in every wave of every ocean, I see my children are playing and dancing. Today, in every plant, in every tree and mountain, I see our children growing freely with dignity. Friends, I want you to see and feel this today inside you. Today, I see thousands of Mahatma Gandhis, Martin Luther Kings, and Nelson Mandelas calling on us. He said, let us democratize knowledge. Let us universalize justice. Here, democratize knowledge means let education be for everyone and not for a selected few. And universalize justice means justice be given to all, not for a particular group or a community. Together, let us globalize compassion. I call upon you in this room and people all across the world. I call for a march from exploitation to education. I call for a march from poverty to shared prosperity, a march from slavery to liberty, and a march from violence to peace. He calls each and every human being for a march from exploitation to education and poverty to shared prosperity, from slavery to liberty, and from violence to peace. He said, let us march from ignorance to awakening. Let us march from darkness to light. Let us march from mortality to divinity. Yeah, the speech is over. Now let's have a revision. Kailash Satyarthi, the receiver of Nobel Peace Prize in 2014, he is an Indian child rights activist and untiring crusader who struggles for children's development and upliftment of their future. He addresses the gathering and shared his experiences in rescuing abused children, child laborers, and others. He says he refused to accept all the temples, mosques, and churches for they don't give place for the dreams of the children. All the laws and constitutions Police and the judges have failed to care for those children, and the chain of slavery is getting stronger than the search or step towards freedom. He said that every child is free to be a child, to eat, to sleep, and to see daylight, to laugh and cry, to play, learn, go to school, and to dream. He said that solutions for these problems cannot be found in official papers or recommendations or decisions made in meetings or conferences. It should be made as a result of humanity. Then he said we should globalize compassion, democratize education, and universalize justice. He then described the importance of immediate action to be taken by us and the right to life, freedom, health, education, safety, dignity, equality, and peace. He also insisted on the significance of today. Everyone is living in globalized society, and we should also strive for the march against exploitation and a march from exploitation to education, from poverty to shared prosperity, slavery to liberty, and from violence to peace. Hope everyone has understood what he has tried to convey to the world after watching this video. Copy the notes in your English classwork for this topic shared in your class WhatsApp group. Thank you, students.